Welcome to playoff season here in season 3. We're back to the old PowerPoint for the reveal. We're going to start at number 1. We're going to go straight down to number 12. And to be honest with you, I've recorded so far ahead of this because I was out of town all last week for a work trip that I've already forgotten who some of these teams are. So it's going to be just as big of a surprise for me as it is for you. Let's go ahead and start revealing them and see who is in the number 1 spot. And of course, at number 1, that's going to be Houston. Our team is, again, the only undefeated team left in the country, so we are going to be at the number 1 spot. At number 2 is going to be Oregon, the Big Ten champs, who finished at 12-1. They are going to be the number 2 seed. And the number 3 spot is going to go to the North Carolina Tar Heels, ACC champs at 12-1. And the last team getting a first round bye, the number 4 seed in the country, is going to be the Oklahoma Sooners from the SEC at 12-1 as well. So they are going to get the first round bye along with Houston, Oregon, and North Carolina. So these next 4 teams are going to be getting home field advantage in round 1. We're going to start with number 5. And the number 5 team is Penn State, also at 12-1. I believe they lost in the Big Ten championship, so that puts them at the number 5 spot. They were number 1 throughout the whole season, basically, until that point. And the next team with home field advantage at the 6th seed is Ohio State at 11-1. They ended up missing the Big Ten Conference championship by losing to Penn State, basically, in the regular season. But that was good enough to get them the 6th spot. So at number 7, we are going to have Notre Dame, also 11-1, independent, so no conference championship, but that was good enough to get them in at home field advantage for the 7th seed. Number 8 is going to be the last team with home field advantage in the first round, and the team to get it is the Georgia Bulldogs at 10-2, first 2-loss team in the bracket. Second team out of the SEC. They're going to be playing at home for round 1. In the last 4 teams playing on the road in round 1, we're going to start with number 9 going up against Georgia. That's going to be Alabama at 11-2. I believe they lost in the SEC championship to Oklahoma, if I recall correctly. And they're going to have a chance to avenge that loss against Georgia in the first round. The number 10 seed going on the road and facing off against Notre Dame is going to be the BYU Cougars. Second team out of the Big 12, finishing at 9-3. They're going to be good enough to make it in at the 10th spot. At number 11, going up against Ohio State, is going to be Utah. They obviously the team that we beat in the Big 12 championship, but they do have a resume good enough to make it in at the second to last spot here. And the last team to make it in at the 12th seed, going up against Penn State in round 1, is going to be the Boise State Broncos at 10-3. They weren't super highly rated in the top 25, but they did win their conference championship, which the committee thought was good enough to put them in at number 12. So here is the bracket. We are going to jump straight in and simulate the first round game, see who our opponent's going to be, see who else advances, and then we will move right on into round number 2. So in the first round 1 matchup, we've got Ohio State and Utah. The Buckeyes are going to win 28-23. In our next game, we've got 10th seed BYU against 7th seed Notre Dame, and Notre Dame wins at 31-15. In our 8 versus 9 matchup, we got a regular season rematch. Georgia was able to win in the regular season, but in the playoffs, Bama gets a 37-13 win. And in our last matchup, 12 seed Boise is going to fall to number 5 Penn State, 56-24. So after round 1, here's what the playoffs look like. We've got a really tough matchup against the 9th seed Alabama team, going up against Nick Saban in our first game. Round 2 of the playoffs. We've got Oregon facing off against Notre Dame. We've got Ohio State taking on North Carolina. And we've got Penn State facing off against Oklahoma. A lot of big name brands in college football in this second round of the playoffs. Let's go ahead and jump into our game, and then we will simulate the other 3 and see who makes it to the Final Four. Atlanta, Georgia. It's the Peach Bowl, Mercedes-Benz Stadium. We're taking on the Alabama Crimson Tide. Nick Saban's got his team at the number 9 seed. They were able to take down Georgia in round 1. We were able to sit around and relax. Time to jump into our first game of this year's playoffs. 3rd and 3 for Alabama on their opening drive. It's complete over to John Curran, but he's not going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Loss of 4. They end up punting. 3rd and 8 for us on our opening drive. Pass over to Dalton Carnes, but he's going to be a yard short out near midfield. You know we got to go for it here in the playoffs. Handoff up the middle. Brandon Campbell, he gets just enough for the first down. Gets a couple extra yards there. First down. Going to keep this drive alive. Next play, Coley drops back, rolls out right, trying to find somebody, doesn't see anything open. He takes it down the right sideline. He gets that big 14-yard gain. That's going to be a first down into Alabama territory. Next play, 1st and 10. Coley across the middle to Manjack. He's got it in the red zone. Trying to punch this one in on our opening drive. 2nd and 1, option keeper for Coley. He gets the first down, but he's not going to get it much further. He's inside the 5 down to the 4. 2nd and goal. A couple plays later, handoff up the middle. Brandon Campbell goes in untouched for the touchdown. We're going to go up 7-0 late in the first quarter. Next drive for Alabama, 1st and 10 over the middle, finds Danny Lewis Jr. for a 13-yard reception. Going to get their first down of the game. Next play, Milroe hands it off to Jam Miller up the middle. He gets 15 yards on the play. Gets across midfield, and their offense is coming alive here late in the first quarter. 3rd and 9, though. Milroe drops back, hits Justice Haynes on the screen pass. He's going to be able to get the first down. Couple yards past it, actually, and that offsides is going to be declined. So a couple plays later on 3rd and 11, Milroe drops back looking, doesn't see anything, steps up in the pocket, goes deep to the end zone. We're able to bat that one down. It's going to be 4th and long. And Alabama is going to attempt the field goal here, which is straight down the middle. So 7-3 is the score here as the first quarter comes to a close. Coley pitches it out to Campbell. Gets down the right side, tries to make a move, but gets stopped just past the first down. And 7-3 is going to be the score here after 1. Tough defensive team, Alabama, as always. First play of the second quarter, Coley on the option keeper pitches it out to Donato. Risky pitch there, but he does catch it. Going to get the first down. Next play, 1st and 10, screen pass over to Brandon Campbell. He gets a block. He's down the left sideline into the red zone, down to about the 14. 21 yards on the play. That's going to be first down in the red zone. 3rd and 5. Coley drops back and is looking, doesn't see anybody, rolls out right, tries to cut it back up the middle, but he loses the ball. Luckily, his O-lineman, Tyler Johnson's there to recover it, but Coley is down with an injury. That's going to keep him out for the rest of this quarter. So Uwe Ale is going to come in to try to close out this first half for us. Next drive for Alabama, Milroe, option keeper, makes a move, gets across the first down line for 4 yards. Milroe on play action. Next play, breaks the tackle on the sack, and he's going to get it out to his tight end, who breaks the tackle with a big stiff arm, gets down across the 40, inside the 40 to about the 38. Next play, 1st and 10, Milroe, option keeper this time. Garfield Lawrence is all over it. He's going to lose 4 yards on that play. It's going to be 2nd and long. After another negative run play, it's 3rd and 18, and Milroe goes down for the sack. If you're an Alabama fan, you're used to seeing that this year. And Garfield Lawrence is going to break Derek Thomas's NCAA record for single-season sacks with 28. And Bama has to punt it. So Uwe on his first drive after the injury gets it over to Donato on the left side. He gets across the 40. Big 20-yard gain there. 2nd down and 3. Handoff up the middle. Brandon Campbell gets it across midfield for the first down. Trying to go down and score here before the half. Uwe on the option keeper pitches it out to Campbell, who cuts it back inside and gets rocked, but not until he gets the 13 yards on the play. Gets the first down. 2nd down and 6. Uwe drops back to pass. Rolling out right, doesn't see anybody. At the last second, hits Carnes, and he's down to around the 10-yard line. Nice catch there in traffic. 3rd and 8. Couple plays later, Uwe drops back looking, doesn't see anybody again, rolling out right. He's just going to have to take it himself, but he gets pushed out of bounds around the 5-yard line with 5 seconds left on the clock. Field goal attempt is good right before halftime. And we're going to take a 13-3 lead into the half. Really tough defense. Hard to move the ball against these guys. But luckily our defense is stepping up big time in this matchup. 1st and 10, first drive of the second half. Coley back in, gets 16 yards on the run and a first down. Next play, play action. Finds the big fullback Fred Lawrence, who trucks another guy, gets down close to the 40. 18 yards on the play there for Fred Lawrence. Next play, Coley drops back over the middle to Donato, who grabs it but gets rocked and can't hang on to it. Going to be 2nd and 10. Coley looking, sees Carnes or Manjack over there on the curl route, who gets 15 yards and another first down. 2nd and 12. Play action. Coley's going down quick. Big time sack for 6 yards. Next play, 3rd and 19. And once again, O-line can't hold up. He's going to go down for an 11-yard loss, and on 4th and 30, that puts us out of field goal range. Have to punt it. Next drive for Bama. Jam Miller up the middle for 13 yards. 3rd and 8, Milroe hands it off on the draw play, and Jam Miller's going nowhere. Loss of 3 on the play, 4th and 11. Bama's going to have to punt once again. Next drive for us, option keeper Coley up the middle, breaks the tackle and spins down to about an 8-yard gain. 2nd and 2 here. Next play, Coley, option keeper, pitches it out to Brandon Campbell, who makes a move and gets brought down inside the 30. Gain of 7 on the play, another first down for us. 2nd and 7, Coley on the option, takes it out right, pitches it at the last minute to Stacy Sneed, who's going to dive for the end zone, and he gets in on the 27-yard touchdown run. That's going to put us up 20-3. 3rd and 7 for Bama on their next drive, and Milroe's going down. This offense just can't get any rhythm. They can't get anything going, and we're going to get the ball right back on another punt. But on the next drive, trying to take advantage of the turnover there, or getting the ball back, but going to throw an interception on the underthrown deep ball. And Bama's got some life here late in the 3rd quarter. 3rd and 5, Milroe over to the right side, finds Henderson, gets inside the 40, trying to get into some rhythm here, headed into the 4th quarter. 2nd and 5 for Bama. Milroe on the draw play to Jam Miller. He's going to get the first down and a few more. 8 yards on the play, down close to the 30-yard line. 1st and 10. Milroe over the middle to Henderson. He breaks a tackle, gets down inside the 5 to the 3. Bama's knocking on the door here, but a couple plays later on 3rd and goal, Milroe drops back to pass, and he scrambles, but he's going to get brought down for a loss of 4 on the sack. That's going to bring up a 4th and goal situation. They're going to go for it, and Milroe's going down. 7-yard loss on the sack, and we get the ball back. Turnover on downs. Middle of the 4th quarter, still 20-3. Handoff up the middle on 3rd and short, and Campbell gets just enough for the first. 2nd and 5, later in the drive. Pass over the middle to Campbell, who gets blown up there, but another 13-yard gain and a first down early in the 4th quarter. 4 minutes left in the game. 1st and 10. Coley on the option keeper takes it out right, makes a move, makes a couple men miss, and gets down all the way to the 25-yard line. 28 yards on the run. Big time play there for Coley. And it's going to be 2nd and 1. Handoff up the middle to Campbell, who cuts it left. Makes a move, gets down inside the 10. It's going to be 1st and goal at about the 8-yard line after that one. 3rd and goal. Coley drops back looking, goes over to the left to Campbell, who jukes inside. Big time move there, gets into the end zone. It's going to be 27-3 here with 90 seconds left in this one. Under a minute now. Milroe trying to make something happen, just playing for pride at this point, trying to get a touchdown on the board. Gets it down across the 45. But after a sack, it's 3rd and 16. Milroe drops back, has all day to throw, and throws down to the right. Ugo can't hang on, and that's going to force a 4th down, but we were offsides on the play. They're going to get another shot here on 3rd and 11. Milroe over the middle to Kendrick Law for 12 yards, and he does get the first down. 38 seconds left on the clock. Time is running down. Milroe drops back on the pass and goes over the middle, finds Kobe Prentice for 17 yards and a first down. Time's running down, under 12 seconds here. Milroe's looking, rolling out right, can't find anybody, but he does get it to Lewis Jr., and they're close to the 10-yard line, but with 7 seconds left, they don't call a timeout. They don't get to run another play, and we're headed to the college football playoff semifinals. Here's your play of the game. Option play out to Stacy Sneed, diving for the end zone. And that's going to be a huge win for our team. Brandon Campbell is the player of the game. Tough game offensively, but he did get 76 yards receiving or rushing, and about, I think it said 40-something yards receiving. A couple touchdowns. And Bama's going to have to head home for the end of their season. 27-3. Defense really showed up in this one. Probably their best performance of the year, allowing only 174 yards of total offense, and just really a dominant performance on the stat sheet. Although, we did struggle to score like we have been all season, but can't complain about this win. All right, we are going to go ahead and simulate the other round 2 games. In the Rose Bowl, 5th seed Penn State's going to get a 28-7 win over 4th seed Oklahoma. In the Fiesta Bowl, number 2 seed Oregon's going to get a big 41-17 win over number 7 Notre Dame. And in overtime, Ohio State's going to get a 44-38 win over North Carolina in the Sugar Bowl. So headed into tomorrow's video, we've got the college football playoff semifinals. We got the Cougars versus the Lions on the left side. We got Ducks versus Nuts on the right side. Going to be an interesting one. Be sure to tune in tomorrow. We'll be posting that video going over the semifinals, and then it will be on to the national championship. We'll see who gets in.